Hi everyone, and welcome back to Music Unites. Today we have upcoming artist Weronika in the studio with us. Thank you so much for being here, Weronika.
Hello.
So you're a singer, a rapper, you have your own music
I wish I was. I'm just starting off, but
okay, you're studying about the music industry. But where did you discover your passion for music?
As a kid, I always loved music. In school, I was always passionate about music. I was a very active person in music lessons. And then I've seen an advertisement to join a band. It was like a folk band. Obviously, my first reaction was I want to be there. So I've been with the band for 3 years, and we've just performing traditional music, folk music. I always had these fancy costumes, performing, dancing, which I loved. I was like 11 at the time. And then I think I started thinking about it more serious when I came here to Scotland, and I started studying about music, and it stays with me until now. Yeah, and I want to just give it more, and to do more of it. Yeah.
So you were born in Poland, you grew up there, but you have been living here for the last 7 years.
Yes.
Have you noticed any differences or similarities with between the Scottish music culture and the Polish music culture?
Well, every country is different, and Scotland and Poland are completely different countries and different cultures. Same with music. There's a lot of similarities as well. Some taste and of the music, but there's also a lot of differences. It's really difficult to answer this, to be honest. Yeah. But
now, speaking about the Polish music culture, in many countries, music is a very big part of the history, of the culture. What role does music play in Poland? Do you have any particular traditions that involve music?
Well, music is such a big thing in Poland. A lot of people listen to music on a daily basis, and it's just part of their life. I don't think there's a certain music tradition, but that Poland is full of music. We do have a lot of like traditions that I would say, they are associated with music. For instance, like in every part of the Poland, you've got a folk music and like different opinions of the music. For instance, like in school, when you finish in school, you've got prom, and on that prom, you have like certain dance and certain music you need to know. Same with the weddings, there's certain music has been played. But I think the folk music is like the typical Polish, music. We listen to different type of music, everyone listens to different things. But I think like the folk music is like the culture when it comes to like, when you're talking about culture, that would be the type of music, yeah. And
what kind of difficulties are artists like yourself facing in Poland at the moment?
I'm not really in depth what's happening in Polish music industry, but as far as I know, there's the same things as in every music industry in the same country. The same thing, technology took over, and people either try to be the same to show off or try to be unique to show off, and it's very difficult. A lot of like companies, try to make a profit from artists, and the artists just like they can't earn anything, and they just feel used. And to be honest, I think the music industry took the beauty of the music. No one now makes the music truly from their heart. They just do it from, to make some profit and make some music, which it's fine, because that's at the end of the day, you want to earn something from it. But I think that the priority is to do something you truly love and not look at everyone. I think everyone puts, like for instance, radios and things like that, they always put the same type of music and people the same bucket rather than give them a chance to explore and find. And I think what I've noticed in Poland is like we listen to a lot of music around the world, and just because we're searching for something that will interest us, but at the same time we really like stuck with the music that we already have there and we embrace it and we feel good about it. But I think the problem is that's what happened in here as well. So
what role does music play in your life?
I think I've been born with music. Yeah, it's a part of my life. It's not a hobby. It's something more than this. You can hear music everywhere. It's even if it's not a musical sound. It's like when you go for a walk in the forest and in the town, You can hear music everywhere. It's listen to music is part of the routine in your life, as eating or normal sleeping. That's what music is. See, when you feel sad, I can listen to some music, and either it'll make me more sad or it'll make me happy. So I've got certain songs that I can listen to, and that will either motivate me, uplift me. Like, I think I should be like psychology or something like that. You know, if it was like, listen to that song, it'll definitely help you. Music is the best that could ever happen to me, and I don't know what I'd do if I would not have to, listen to music. So music is the key to everything.
Thank you so much once again.
Thanks so much. It would be good to hear you.
He is only 27 years old, but alongside releasing his own music, Angelos Papadakis has written and directed 3 musical plays, 9 movies, and published 2 books on anthropology. He talks to us about his first steps into music and musical theatre, as well as the difficulties artists like him are facing in Greece at the moment.
Trouble, work and toil a week, but tonight's the night. Might be cold and dark outside.
Had to hide my fight.
Business to which I'll attend. Over drinks and smokes, keep them pleased.
Small and teased.
Gonna have the time.
I grew up in a thoroughly musical house. My parents really encouraged music in our house. But many efforts in me actually learning music failed miserably. So even though I like to sing, etc., I never actually learned how to make music. And then I got into university and I was away from home for the first time, and I didn't really have much to do. I didn't have any friends, I didn't know any people, so I would stay home, and I had this music software on my laptop, and I started playing around with it, and that's how I actually learned how to make music. But I think my first composition must have been before that, around the time I was maybe 15. I sat down on the piano, we have a piano at home, and I composed a very solemn melody, and yeah, I think that was the first time.
You never know what you've got till it's gone, until you're locked outside your own home, and then you understand everything's so clear that you're all alone. You never know what you've got till it's gone.
I must have been 12 or 11 years old when my sister brought home Moulin Rouge on videotape at that time, and it was my first conscious contact with a musical, because of course growing up you come into contact with those animated musicals by Disney, etc. But it's a different experience because you're a child. But then I was entering my teenage years, and it was more conscious, and Moulin Rouge is very emotionally charged. I think that was the intention. And it was such a profound experience because it was engaging both visually but also sonically, and there were so many things going on in it. And I think that was the first time. And then maybe just a year after that, The Phantom of the Opera, the film, came out. And because I was going at a music high school, they took us to watch the film. And I think that was the first time I was so enthralled by what musicals can achieve, because they combine theatre with music, with dance, and that all comes together in such a profound and deep way. And I think that was the first time I said to myself, okay, that's something I want to dabble in. I am working on a new musical at the moment. It's an original musical. It's called Τώρα θα ξέρεις γιατί, Now You'll Know Why. And it has to do with the economic depression southern European countries faced in the past years, and the subsequent rise of neo-Nazism and the alt-right, etc. And that was very impactful, but I feel like most musicals who manage to go into mainstream tend not to deal with very political issues. So I wanted to give that a go and see how it goes. And we wanted it to be original because I wanted to have complete control over the material, over the music, over the lyrics. So it's a huge process, but it's very rewarding. I think it's quite difficult to be a musical performer in Greece because we don't really make a lot of musicals. Sometimes you have foreign productions which are bought and then put on stage here. But to me that's a bit cheap sometimes. I would like to see more original things. But when it comes to performers, there is no actual education, there are no schools where you can go and actually learn all the different facets of being a musical performer. So it's up to the people to study drama and to study music, singing and to study dancing, which of course can be very demanding and time consuming. Whereas if you had a school, you would go there and learn it all at once. But the other thing is that Greece is having a pretty rocky relationship with balancing what is visually entertaining and what is artistically appealing. I think those two are considered mutually exclusive, I would say. In a sense that if you want something that is artistically sound, it shouldn't be commercially successful and vice versa. So musicals have this this innate quality of a spectacle as well. So you don't really have that in Greece, but steps are being taken, I would say.
Tell me the truth, I'm not the one. I'm just a replacement boy, a very warm hug, someone to hold you, a rebound sexual toy. You tie my bandana and smile.
Music is an important part of my life, but I'm guessing it's in most people's lives, whether you actually work in music or not. But to me, I tend to dabble in a lot of things in many different art forms. Sometimes I paint, sometimes I compose music, sometimes I write. But music is kind of unique because when an idea comes together, it comes together and it is compact. So sometimes I have an emotion, I have an idea, I have a feeling, and I don't know how to express it. Do I want to paint it? Do I want to write it? But sometimes music works with just that. And I know people tend to say that music is more like a collaboration, but to me it's actually a very lonely and kind of personal process because I work by myself. I tend not to want other people involved, but that's because everything I make feels personal. So I only want it to be me and my potential audience when it reaches an audience. And if it does, and if it speaks to them, I want it to be straight from me, from my heart.
And make believe, not pain to relieve, a way to ease any sense of guilt.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Now enjoy Weronika in the song Living on an Island. Until next time, bye!
Living on the island, when sun shine bright and people smile. It's all I need to have some sympathy, my dear. Why do we move when everyone agree without a rules? I couldn't find a place where I belong for so long. So I decided just to board home with you, and I'm happy every time I think of living on the island, when sun shine bright and people smile. That's all I need to have some sympathy, my dear. Why do we move